In a faraway land, where the golden grass stretched like endless waves and the wind whispered secrets through the trees, there lived a creature as swift as the breeze and as clever as the shadows. This creature, a cheetah, was admired by all who roamed the plains, for its speed was unmatched and its eyes gleamed with intelligence that few could fathom. But behind this dazzling exterior lay a heart that carried a different rhythm, a rhythm that beat not for friendship, but for cunning, for schemes hidden beneath graceful strides. For many moons, the cheetah roamed alongside the others, sharing in their laughter and joining their gatherings. When the sun rose over the amber horizon, they would all sprint together, leap through the tall grass, and play games that made the earth tremble beneath their feet. To the untrained eye, the cheetah was loyal and kind, a creature of honor. But the cheetah's mind was always plotting, weaving threads of deceit as silently as the night spreads across the sky. One evening, as the shadows grew long and the air cooled with the coming night, the cheetah called a meeting. The other creatures, trusting and unsuspecting, gathered beneath the great baobab tree, where the wind often sang lullabies. The cheetah spoke with a voice that rolled smooth as river stones. Friends, the world beyond these plains is vast and dangerous. There are others who seek to take what we hold dear. We must protect ourselves. We must be clever. We must plan. The others nodded, listening carefully, believing every word. Their trust was a gift freely given, a treasure the cheetah coveted silently. That night, as the campfire flickered and the stars blinked down from the heavens, the cheetah's mind raced faster than its legs ever could. It hatched a scheme to gain power and advantage at the expense of those who trusted it most. Days turned into weeks, and the cheetah began to subtly manipulate situations. It whispered fears into ears that were eager to listen. It suggested paths that seemed safe, but led into traps only it could navigate. Slowly, it began to isolate each creature, one by one, making them doubt each other, while it remained unchallenged at the center. Every sprint, every playful chase, every shared meal became a carefully orchestrated performance, a dance of deception. Yet the cheetah was not reckless. It knew that betrayal, when too obvious, could awaken suspicion. So it disguised its plans as guidance, its schemes as protection, and its selfish ambition as loyalty. The others continued to trust it, laughing and playing, unaware that each moment they shared was another thread in the cheetah's web. One day, a great storm swept across the plains. Thunder rolled like the growls of a distant beast, and the sky wept heavy tears. In the chaos, the cheetah saw an opportunity to seize what it had long desired. While the others sought shelter and safety, the cheetah raced ahead, claiming the choicest territory, the richest grounds, and the hidden treasures of the land. It moved like a shadow, quick and silent, leaving the others to fend for themselves. But the storm had a way of revealing truths. The creatures who had been deceived began to notice the patterns, the small betrayals that now seemed like pieces of a larger puzzle. They realized how often they had stumbled into danger while the cheetah stayed just out of reach, watching with sharp eyes and a faster heart. Anger rose like a wildfire, but so did sorrow. For betrayal cuts deeper than claws or teeth. It cuts the heart, the trust that once bonded friends together. Rather than confront the cheetah immediately, the creatures decided to teach a lesson that could not be ignored. They gathered quietly, sharing knowledge, pooling wisdom, and planning a response not born of rage, but of understanding and cunning. They watched the cheetah, learning its habits, noticing its pride, seeing its arrogance. Slowly, the cheetah's cunning began to reveal cracks, small but growing, like tiny fractures in stone. Then, One quiet dawn, the moment came. The cheetah, thinking itself untouchable, ventured into a field that seemed untouched, safe and familiar. But the others had prepared. A trap was laid, not of violence, but of clever design. When the cheetah moved, swift and proud, it found itself ensnared in a net of its own hubris, unable to escape. The others emerged, not with anger, but with a quiet, unwavering gaze that carried the weight of lessons learned and trust shattered. "Why did you betray us?" one asked softly, not with fear, but with the ache of disappointment. The cheetah, caught and humbled, could only lower its head. It had thought speed and intelligence were enough to conquer the world, but it had underestimated the power of unity, of loyalty, of wisdom shared. The other creatures did not harm it, but they made it understand. A mind without empathy, no matter how sharp, is a mind that will stumble. A heart that betrays cannot outrun the consequences of its actions. From that day forward, the cheetah moved differently. Its steps were quieter, its eyes less gleaming with pride and more reflective. It learned that swiftness alone cannot secure respect, that cunning alone cannot forge friendship, and that true power lies in harmony, not deceit. And though the plains continued to shimmer under the sun and sway beneath the wind, the memory of betrayal lingered, a silent teacher to all who roamed the golden grass. And so, the tale of the cheetah became legend. Parents would whisper it to the young ones, elders would repeat it under star-lit skies, and the wind itself seemed to carry the lesson across the plains. That loyalty is a treasure beyond measure, that betrayal brings only temporary gain, and that even the fastest of creatures cannot outrun the truth. This story is long, layered, and carries the moral lessons about betrayal, trust, and humility you wanted. If you like, I can also break it into a fully narrated version with pauses and pacing, so it naturally lasts exactly 20 minutes when read aloud, making it perfect for storytelling.